Let's get it like that and say, that shit.
Awesome. All right, yeah. You're pretty much hearing everything. So let me know if you're ready to go and get started.
What's up, guys? My name is Kevin Feagins II, or Kev the Rev, as some people like to call me. I run a collective called Kevin Productions, and I put out a lot of local Houston punk and hardcore music. And really, that's really all I do. I love to travel and stuff. I love to promote bands and get stuff going, man. Houston's definitely coming up. The youth is definitely where it's at right now. Oh man, dude, oh, that's a good one. So it was 2017, I think. Coolside and Surge just came to watch us downtown from California, and they were playing with Dress Code, United Races, and I think it was like Erupt's first show on the Cool. Like, it was fucking ridiculous. I randomly was trying to go to one of my first shows, actually, and the show like canceled. It was around the time that White Oak actually just moved from their old place on Washington. So freaking, we like showed up at Walters, me and my friend Biscuit, and we was like, man, what the fuck, like what's over here? It's a $15 show, and I ended up having 40 bucks on me, so paid for us. Fucking changed my life. I bought my first cassette, which was Lace, My Mask Is Off, back when they had actual copies, and fucking it just changed my life from there, dude. Good show.
I think I remember that show, actually.
Dude, oh man, dude, that show was the shit, dude. It was insane, man. I guess, I mean, it was fantastic. It was almost my everything on the Cool, like going to a lot of JJ shows, you know, Haunting Vision and stuff. Haunting Vision was basically just taking off when I first started figuring out about the scene. So, you know, seeing the Pose a lot and United Races on their last few shows, and watching Erupt really blow up, like, you know, blow up, but watching Erupt really like kind of just take over really like made me want to get into it, man. Shout out Jimmy and all the gang over there fucking at Erupt, you know, rest in peace. But really them, and you know, then watching Guts pop up, and now they're fucking on IOU Records, man. Shout out Florida and shit. It's, man, I'm telling you, all that connecting and stuff is what I really want to do, and that's my full passion, dude. Like, shout out Houston. I guess I didn't go to a lot of venues that were like important enough that like tripped out and closed down, except for like Walters, obviously. Like when Walters downtown, like 1120 Naylor like shut down, you know, January 4th, 2018, you know, going on 2 years or 3 years, I don't even remember. But when that closed down, I really felt personal to it. It really felt like a home type of bass thing with Walters, and that shit was tragic, man. Like, shout out Insomnia and Deep End Records, still running successfully and stuff. I thought they were gonna take a hit from that, but they came up from that, and you know, shout out like Zach and all them for even opening the venue for us and stuff. It was just a real fun memory. I'm glad I was able to experience the end of it, you know. House of J for sure. Guarantee one of the top venues in Houston, Texas, man. Got the house, 323 Hutchison, man, come through. White Swan Live, 4419 Navigation, come through. Like, and generator shows, man. Like having a generator and throwing your shows is the best venue. You can have a show anywhere. Had a show, you know, a few weeks ago or a few months ago or whatever with a generator. Straight was awesome. Like, get into the generator game, like 100%. Damn, man, I don't know, man. Like, I be seeing my boy Martin, man. I don't know how to say his last name, but that boy, like, yeah, dude, he's the boy. Like, dude, he's the athletic fool. So shout out Martin. I'm just basically just leave it at that. Like anything like Minor Threat and SSD together, like anything with SSD on it, like I would have fucking like paid like top dollar to see, like legendary shit, like, or Void back in like 80 or 81 or something. Like, I can only imagine the energy that these fools were giving back then. It was just downright ridiculous. Like, that's really a big inspiration for me, and I wish that I could have been there to even take some of that live inspiration. They were just such fools 40 years ago now. It's fucking crazy to think about, you know. Summer Breeze Volume 2. Even though all three of them were dope, I think 2 was like the best one, dude. I think that was United Races' last show or some shit. Like, you know, like it was just crazy. Erupt fucking played, Guts played, all the touring bands. Like, I don't want to mix up the lineups or anything, but I know that 2 was like the first one at Satellite Bar or whatever. Or man, it was top grade. Loved it. That was back before they put up the freaking bar rail too. Like, man, legendary stuff, man. Shout out fucking JJ and all them, and Santos especially for doing that shit, man. Of all time or like in the city?
You kind of want to shout out more, I don't know.
I guess one is anybody that's promoting straight edge positivity, you know, like, you know, minus the affliction of like hatred towards drugs, but more towards promoting positivity and preaching that the good word and shit, you know, because preaching the good word in the punk scene is really what promotes good community outcome, and that's really what that's all I want to hear in terms of music. So I love that. In terms of individuals, JJ does a really good job. You know, I keep shouting that fool out. I don't even know. Like I love all vocalists and stuff. Like to a point to where it's like I can't really just judge who I think was better and who I think is worse. I really think it comes to stage presence, and even then, like some people just vibe differently. So I can't really rank it too much. I really just appreciate everyone when they get on stage doing that shit. So fucking well, like I said, Jimmy from Erupt for one. Cause he was the first one that ever gave me the microphone to get on stage. I forgot what show it was. I actually think it was the Dare show when they came to White Swan the first time. But Erupt played and freaking he gave me the mic. I sung Big Joke fucking on stage. Basically changed my life. Like I left right after. I was so like giddy and shit. But Jimmy for fucking one. I don't know his name, but the lead vocalist from Spaz, I heard like a podcast once, and he was like, he told me, I heard one thing that stuck with me forever, and he was like, if you're gonna run a label, don't make the mistake I did later years in Slap-A-Ham. Only press your friends and music that you want to press. Don't press it because you know it's gonna get you money or because people actually like it, because if you don't like it or you don't like the people, why should you press them? It really led me to think that most people aren't going to press these young kids out here. Most people don't give a fuck about, you know, the House of J and shit. So I want to document that, and I actually want to get them on a collective that actually cares about what they release. So, you know, there's that too. But really the inspiration just came from myself and wanting to fucking actually get out there and prove to awkward people that they can get out of being awkward and actually change the fucking world. So shout out. Critical Condition, Slave Labor, Your Disorder, Mexican Coat, fucking hold on, give me like 4 more. Shit, watch this. El Jumbotron, look, shout out them, like for real, man. Like their sound, their next EP, you guys have no fucking idea. That shit's gonna sound really crisp. The Stuff for sure. Substance is already top fucking grade. You really can't fucking pass them up. Already legends. Almost anyone in the Houston scene actually doing it. Social Static, shout out Joey and all them. Like Social Static 100% is gonna blow up. If not, they already have. They're just not on fucking labels and stuff. Just wait for them. Basically anybody on the Kevin, bro. Like look that shit up. Like get on Bandcamp, get with the wave. Like of all time.
In your opinion?
Shit, man. One has to be the Offenders from Austin. One of the best fucking bands I've ever heard. You know, their speed and veracity really like made me get into it. And there was this guy, like this old guy that skates named Trash. Shout out Trash from Montrose. He, when I first started coming to Houston and stuff, I was in the GG Island and like all that bullshit. And he was like, nah, man, you're not even into good punk. You should listen to the Offenders. You know, basically changed my life. So shout out the Offenders from Austin, Texas. Shout out Bad Ideals from San Antonio, man. Those fools are doing like some of the only hardcore power violence in the fucking state. Badass individuals, really cool. You should hook them up, talk to them, man. They're really good. And the third one out of Texas that I think of all time, you gotta have to put like, and I'm a bunch them, but like the Will to Live, Pride Kills era of like Texas hardcore. Like that shit was so outstanding in terms of promotion and demonstration of what Texas really has and originality that people are still talking about it to this day, and it's over 10 years old. So representative of Gabe and, you know, all those fools. I don't remember all your names, but I met you before, so shut the fuck up. Chicago, Dayton, Ohio, Detroit, shout out Trumbleplex, and Memphis, shout out Josh Jennering, man. Like Memphis specifically because the old, like when we went there, it was like a bunch of more or less old schools full. I didn't see too many new schools, but those old fools were like jumping up and down, like pogoing and shit. Like it was ridiculous. Like Chicago was always top grade. Is the state for power violence and grind, like, or at least one of the top 3. If you don't know about Chicago grind, hardcore, power violence, get the fuck with it. Leading revolutionary in that shit. And Detroit just has some of the biggest bands out there that people aren't talking about in terms of like underground grind and hardcore. Like Connecticut's right there, got the band Kidnapped up there, got Future Liquid from Dayton, Ohio. Like there's just so many big names that aren't even big yet. Like just give it 5-10 years, you're gonna wish you're up there when they were playing. So get with the game. I'm trying to think of a real good one. Okay, here's a fantastic one. Don't know their name. I was in New Orleans with the band, right? Blah, 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 long story short, me, Daniel, shout out Daniel, drummer for Critical Condition, and Carlos Adrian, backup bassist for Critical Condition. We needed to find somewhere to sleep. Long story short, we was hanging outside a Santos bar off of Decatur in New Orleans, and this guy walks out, like he's just super fucked up. And we're talking and stuff, and his girlfriend walks up, and we're talking, and out of nowhere they're like, hey, we just moved here like a couple days ago. Do you want to come into our apartment or whatever and, you know, go to sleep? I know you don't have anywhere to sleep. And we're like, fuck yeah. So right off of like, you know, Bourbon, in one of those old 1700 like, you know, homes, they just like open the door and shit. They're like, oh yeah, like, you know, here you go. And we would go in there and stuff, and fucking, it looks cool. We're seeing off the balcony in New Orleans, you know, at 10 and 11 p.m. They gave us like a bunch of free shrooms and shit. Like, dude, it was magical, bro. They came to the show that we had that night, you know, with Cicada and a bunch of other New Orleans bands. It was just top grade. It was really a life-changing moment. Shout out those two. Like, I don't know their names, but shout out, man.
All right. You still collect like cassettes and all that?
Hella, man. I'm gonna sit here and say I'm one of the biggest collectors in Houston, if not Texas, man. I collect so fucking much. It's ridiculous.
Do you have any like recent things that like stick out that you've recently got?
It should be at my house, at my doorstep, but I bought Outburst's Miles to Go 45 original press for like $110 like 3 weeks ago. Real good. I think that's a real good tape. But dude, I have like 600 or so cassettes, you know, like 400 or 500 45s, 400 or 500 shirts, all punk, hardcore, grind, you know, type. And I can't wait to get like to my thousands and shit. You know, I don't know, dude. Like, I just love it, man. Collecting history, you can't beat it, because someone's gonna always want to ask about the history. You just got to be the one to fucking give it out. You know what I mean? So shout out that shit, man. I can't wait to upload all these cassettes and shit to YouTube in 30 years. Like, it's gonna be awesome, man. SSDs, fucking The Kids Will Have Their Say album. It's like $1,000 on fucking Discog. Obviously, I don't want to pay that stupid fucking price, but I can understand the importance of it. But if I can find that, or if anyone has any SSD shit or merch or fucking anything like that, bring it here. I want it. I want to pay it, bro. Let me know.
So from just like your thoughts on like some of these cassettes I'm about to hand to you.
Oh, swag, man.
So I'm starting out. What's this guy right here?
Oh man, this is the Substance Fade Out cassette, man, dude. Well, first of all, like this is a real good tape. I like it, dude. I feel that, like, especially like compared to their like first vinyl, what is it? A Fight for Identity, because that's what that first got me into Substance. It sounds well with it. Like, it basically is a real good promo / album for what they're doing around the world right now, because these fools are traveling over the water and stuff. So it's just a really good sound. I think it sounds good. Sounds really really Houston-y, you know. Best way I can fucking put it. I don't know. Shout out, dude. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Fuck out of here. Oh man. Okay, dude. So I don't know about if any of you guys know about this legend right here, but this is Wise's Demo 2017 cassette, dude. One of the color wave types. They have yellow and red and a bunch of other ones. But this right here is a legendary cassette. I mean, I can see this selling for hundreds of dollars in a few years. Like, guaranteed, great 4-track. All the tracks are good. My favorite's the last one. It just gives you that real good vibe and stuff. I saw my Summer Breeze, definitely a 5 out of 5. If you haven't heard it on YouTube, or if you end up seeing this anywhere, you better fucking cop this. Like, damn. Is this the red? Yeah, okay. So this is fucking The Poses Crushed Underfoot. Like, I remember when the tape cassette came out at Rito's Bar, like only lasted like 3 weeks, I think, the venue, because Hurricane Harvey came or something. I forgot what made it flood. But anyway, he had the cassette release, and I remember him specifically selling the red ones for like $10 because it was like limited or something. But I can't find any other one that's not red. But anyway, when I bought this and took it home, the sound quality was god awful. I couldn't hear a damn thing. I don't understand what made the release happen, but it's cool. I guess it's really aesthetically pleasing. But in terms of sound quality, bro, I have to really give this like a 2 out of 5. Like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, shout out GSS, man. Go check that shit out, man. Oh my God. So, I do not know, or I'm not listening to this album. Haven't done it at all. Obviously, Power Trip, Rip Riley, you know, Rip the dude. I never met him, don't know it, never heard any song, you know, I'm just a real outsider to it. But what I can say is anyone that dies fucking young like that is always a tragic and sad story. So I always rip to that man and, you know, and rip to his music. I mean, this dude shot up to #1. I know they're damn near gonna win a Grammy or some bullshit, you know, like, I really hope, it's sad that it takes fucking death to make that shit happen when you know it could have happened prior. But regardless, man, rip to that man and fucking, I don't know what Power Trip's gonna do. I hope they continue and stuff, but regardless, man, great work, historical band. Man, so I pressed this myself, man, with my own 2 fucking hands. This is the Critical Condition Social Static Split, man, dude. One of the best tapes I've ever been a part of, even though that sounds like subjective or what the fuck ever, but Social Static murders this entire tape, completely kills it. You just gotta, you can't get it because it's fucking sold out, but you can listen to it on Bandcamp. Get with the fucking program, dude. Critical Condition, Social Static, fucking cassette, Kevin Productions, Bandcamp. Listen to this. Guaranteed fucking 4 out of 5. Like, honestly, like, fuck out of here.
No, it's fucking good. Honestly, how'd that come about? Like, you and Social Static, y'all just like fucking around with each other?
So, Carlos Adrian, shout out my boy. He fucking, I met him because I was talking with him about his old band, Late Night TV. And I was looking to book a Katy show, and I needed one more band. And at the time, Social Static, I guess, was just beginning to transition into hardcore. So Carlos Adrian was like, yo, man, like, you know, hit up the dudes, this and this. He gave me Joey's Facebook, and basically, I guess the rest was history. We got a real good connection. I basically fell in love with those dudes and shit. And once they started playing shows more for me and, you know, giving me the accessibility to do splits with them, it was game over. Like, it just fucking changed from there, dude. Shout out all the boys over there. Joey, Alan, Nathan, big shit, man. What's up? Punk is everything but nothing at the same time. Punk literally is what got me into not being so socially awkward. Punk is what got me into wanting to talk to people and communicate and want to understand business. But punk also was just me from the get-go. Like, you can't, it's just a personal lifestyle and a personal way that you live. Punk basically just helped me come out of my shell like it does for the other hundreds of thousands of people that get into whatever subgenre of punk it is, but it's still the expression of oneself. And if it wasn't for punk if it wasn't for punk basically pushing me towards other people, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So it's everything, but it's nothing. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say like I'm gonna dress and act punk because punk saved my life, but it definitely helps push and promote my mouth and my brain to continue to do what I wanted to do.
Oh, that should be it, man. That's good.
Woo! Katy, Texas represent. Woo! Baller, man.
No, that was good, man.
Scene 1, Apple, take 2.
Bitch!